With the NFL playoffs right around the corner and the NBA season in full swing, BetOnline has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores. With additional odds, lines, trends, and info on both desktop and mobile, you can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head there today to get into the action and see all the updated odds. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
What's up, Tiger fans? Welcome back to another episode of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I am the Corey C, and we got Ken Clark in the building as always. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You don't want to miss a single episode. We got a lot cooking, Ken Clark, especially this week, especially the next couple of weeks.
Busy.
So you
busy.
Absolutely. You want to get I think Ken Clark even needs the notifications because sometimes he forgets.
Hey, man, look, hey, we working, man. Shout out to Tiger Nation, back with another interview. Happy to always be on. Labor of love, brother. You know how we do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can find us on anywhere. It's YouTube. You can find us on the Apple Podcast app, the Google Podcast app. So make sure you follow the show and tell every Tiger that you know. And when you support Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, it all helps the cause, which is I love Jackson State University. You said it, Ken, back with another interview.
Yep.
This is one of our most beloved. Let's bring him on, man. He really needs no introduction. Let's bring him on.
DJ Stevens, what's up, baby? Welcome to Tiger Talk.
Man, what's up, Ken? What's up, Corey? You know, glad to be here. Glad to, it's always good when I get to talk to y'all.
Man, it's family, bro. Definitely, this is family. We talk about family, but this is family right here, Ken.
Nah, for real.
No doubt, man. This JSU royalty right here, man.
It is, man.
It's an honor and a privilege, man, to sit down with you, brother.
I appreciate it.
As long as you've been around, I know people tease you about how long you've been around, but as long as you've been around, as long as we've been around, we've never had a one-on-one interview, well, a two-on-one, I guess, with DJ. You know, he's been on the players only shows and things like that, but we had to slow you down and sit you down and, man, just kind of talk about this career, man. It's a long and storied career at Jackson State. It's finally over.
Yeah.
So take us through the emotions of that, man. How does it feel? Has it even sunk in yet?
I really think it is kind of sunk in, but I really think I ain't gonna, really feel it until it's time for like the players to report back, and I'm not gonna be reporting back. Yeah. But for me, it's more like bittersweet. Got to win 2 SWAC championships with all conference twice. Got to experience the Celebration Bowl. That always was, since they came up with that game, I think 2016. That always was a dream, to bring a Celebration Bowl back to Jackson. But even though we didn't get to do that, just even making it to the Celebration Bowl twice, I can't really be too sad. Like, it was a good career. So kind of just getting ready for the next step, next chapter now.
There it is, brother. So, I mean, I guess right from the onset, man, just give us kind of that nutshell, your Jackson State career in a nutshell. I know you touched on a little bit of it, but in your own words, all of the time from the time you got there as a little pup, and now you get ready to leave as a big Tiger, man. So talk about your career in a nutshell to us.
In a nutshell, I definitely say it was up and down. Coming in, I think my true freshman year, I came in under Tony Hughes. We went 5-5 that year. It wasn't terrible, but that wasn't the standard, the Jackson State standard. So they did end up letting Tony Hughes go. And let me silence my notification.
You're a busy man.
But yeah, so then the 2019 season, that's cause I actually got hurt in fall camp my true freshman year, so I decided to redshirt. So I didn't play that year. And then 2019, that year was more, I didn't play offense, but that year was more me just getting my feet wet. I played a lot of special teams that year, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then after 2019, that's when the change happened. COVID hit. And then while we were at home, that's when they announced that they weren't bringing Coach Hendricks back and they would be hiring Coach Deion Sanders. So, that kind of was I feel like that was kind of like a dream come true. You know, I knew he always associated with winning, so
yeah,
that just had me very excited. You know, I was at home working out every day. Like my mom, she already know where I'm finna go. You finna go to the field? I'm like, yep. You know, I just wanted to be prepared for, you know, just any opportunity that I got. I already knew what type of players he was gonna bring in. You know, I kind of already knew just based off the first couple of meetings with him on Zoom, like you got to really get right to be able to stay a part of this program now.
Yeah.
So the next season that we played with the spring season, you know, it kind of was like the same kind of like getting my feet wet. That was my first season, that spring season, playing offense. So, and that was really my first time playing tight end in the game, because in high school I played straight receiver. Like I never had my hand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never had my hand in dirt in high school. That's crazy. So,
oh wow,
we actually had a tight end. He actually was probably about like 20 pounds lighter than me. But it kind of, as far as like learning the game, I feel like it was easier for me to pick up receiver than tight end at that time in high school. So, and my coach felt the same way. So, he just stuck me a slot and stuck with it. So, that spring season, it kind of, you know, was just learning, like just little things like footwork, stuff like that.
Yeah.
2021 fall came, you know, we started getting into the 12 personnel, stuff like that. So I, you know, slowly, just every year, just slowly, just getting my feet wet, getting some experience. Then after 2021, Richie, everybody know Kylan Richie.
Shout out to Kylan.
My dog right there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me and him, he had graduated out of 2021. So, you know, I kind of seen the opportunity. He had been a starter since his freshman year. So I just seen the opportunity for me to, you know, showcase my talents. I just wanted to be prepared. You know, I went hard that summer, hard fall camp, and just, you know, 2022 season, that was my first year starting. I feel like that was a pretty good year for my first year starting. You know, a lot of people ain't know what to expect from the tight end group. I feel like as a whole, not even just me, but me, Hayden, Jency, we all, you know, kind of proved people wrong. Even some people in the building, you know, had doubts about the tight end group. So that was the main thing for us. You know, we just wanted to, you know, just showcase, let people know, because tight ends haven't really been used a lot in the recent years. Yeah, even I feel like we didn't even use Richie right. Like he could have been a threat down the field. You know, just another threat for the offense. So we just kind of wanted to change that narrative. I feel like we did that the past couple of years. So I'm expecting a real big year from the tight end group next year.
Yeah, man. That's on you, Corey.
Well,
that was a lot. I know you said
that was a lot. That was a lot. I was trying to keep a mental note, but one thing I want to touch, I want to just circle back to Kylan and shout him out. And I know Ken, you know, we've had those conversations. And you're right. You know, he could have been, you know, we're not even going to touch on how he could have been used and things like that. But I can say, as a matter of fact, and Ken can definitely speak on this, he was so proud of you that when you had that break. Ken, can you talk about it? Because I know he had the conversation with you. He was saying how he could have been used, but he was proud of you.
Well, we talked, you know, he graduated, like you stated, and then he came back, and it was a proud moment, because you guys, like you spoke of, y'all were in the trenches together, man, and he knew that you had a special season, and he was like, man, bro, if I had been, I think from the tight end position though, and I'm gonna tell you who spoiled us, is Casey Terrio and Renty Rollins, man. That was that combination.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's kind of what everybody was hoping. And now you pass the mantle to you know, to Jency and Hayden. And our hope is that we take advantage of the opportunities we have, man, because we feel like you know, there was some opportunities missed, you know, with you first team all SWAC going into the 2023 season. I personally, and this is just me speaking, I wish we would have. I would have rather that us force you the ball, honestly, in the middle of the field, man, and soften up some of these defenses. But
it
is what it is. It kind of goes how it goes, and hopefully, you know, hopefully they take from this what we're saying in a positive light.
It's all, you know, it's all for the team.
No doubt, man. No doubt. But you tripped me up when you just said you didn't play tight end in high school. I'm going back
straight receiver. That when I got here, my freshman year, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't even remember a tight end. Well, we had a tight end coach, but he got released during fall camp. So like I kind of went that whole year kind of just like in the receiver room. So it kind of straight out of high school, I'm steady like with the receivers. So that's why I said I didn't really get. I feel like I didn't really get like coached at the position until 2021 spring season when Coach TC was our tight end coach.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cool. That's kind of like when I started learning just certain like block and stuff like that.
I just think coaches can really, the game has changed, man. And we're gonna flow with it, just talking. Look at the NFL game, how important the tight end position is. Like, it used to be old school big tight ends that mostly block. They get they catch a pass. They were kind of shocked. Oh, the tight end. Now is you got a good tight end. It's a weapon now.
It's a weapon, right?
Yeah. So the teams that use the tight end position the most effective usually have a very high success rate. Even in the celebration mode. I
seen FAMU tight end.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
It's interesting, like you said, you weren't really coached on the position, and you didn't have a true position coach until Coach TC Taylor. So I think in your time, you've had 3 tight end coaches. So just real quick to touch on those 3 tight end coaches and what they've done for your development and taught you.
The first one, Coach TC Taylor. He was the first coach that really kind of showed that he cared about me because he stayed on me. I still was Jency was in the group, but me and Jency was looked at as like the younger, the young ones in the group. Colin definitely was the leader of the group. So Coach TC is more for him. It was about him just like making me tough. Taking that leap from being an underclassman to being an upperclassman, like on the field.
Yeah.
So them 2 seasons with him, that really helped me out. Just like I said, just being tougher on the field, maturing, stuff like that. Then after Coach TC, it was Coach Brewster, and he like they call him tight end guru. Yeah. So when I had found out who he was, I definitely got excited, learning that he was gonna be dealing with our group, and knowing that he had coached Antonio Gates, Cal Pitts, some big names like that. So anything that he was telling us, I really was soaking it in. And I just feel like he really took my knowledge like to a whole nother level, just as far as watching film, like knowing how it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
From that aspect, he really took it like to another level. So like he kind of just set the example of like what a tight end is supposed to be. So whenever we did something, it either was like, yes, that's right, or no, that's wrong. Like he really broke it down for us. And then this past year, it was Coach O. Coach O been on the staff since 2019. So we had a real good relationship with him this year. Like this part of the most family orientated like group since I've been here this past year. Like we all care for each other. Like we like brothers. Like we'll be out there on the field. Like we'll take like on that Pine Bluff game. Matter of fact, that 3rd touchdown I had, me and Hayden talking pre-play. We coming from the sideline, timeout, and we kind of know certain plays like who got a chance to score. So we was in 12 personnel, and we was talking. I'm like, I got 2 already. Like, you want this route? And Hayden was like, man, this your last year, man. Go get it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's dope. Man.
Ran the route, caught it. Like it just little stuff like that. Like nobody in our group was ever selfish. Like when Jency caught his first touchdown here, me and Hayden, we the first one down there like celebrating with him. Like so this year it just was Coach O is more like family, like just family orientated, and I feel like he helped a lot in the as far as me run blocking because he was formerly an O-line coach. So it just all 3 of them, I feel like they played a big part of me growing as a player, and I appreciate all 3 of those coaches right there.
That was special, man. Wow. So let me ask you this real quick. Let's jump back into it. You said a lot, man. It's kind of hard to even ask this question. Like, what about it do you think you missed the most?
Really just it's a lot. It's a lot I'm gonna miss. I can't lie. Like running out that tunnel, listening, hearing the boom play, get ready, seeing all the fans, being really, I say what I'm gonna miss the most is just being with the team. Like, you know, just that's some of the best memories you'll make your entire life.
That's correct.
With your brothers. So that's probably what I'm gonna miss the most, you know, just seeing them on the daily. Especially the tight end group. Jancy, Hay, even the young ones, Sebastian, Jace, Scoop, what's Scoop real name? Darius Scott. Darius Scott. So Darius Scott Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in our room. KD, Kendarius. It's really a lot of weapons we got in the room that a lot of people really don't even know about.
Okay.
But yeah. You know what? You know what, Corey, and I know you're gonna go next. You know what speaks to that? We've been following recruiting pretty heavily. That's the one position you really haven't seen us go out because
we said in there,
we're pretty healthy at tight end right now.
We said even them young guys. We got some young guys that's ready. They're gonna be ready next year. Like if they gotta get thrown that fire, they're gonna be ready.
Love it.
Wow. Love it. Wow. Talk about your most memorable game. Give me a game that I know you had a game, Pine Bluff, you had 3 touchdowns. But what's the game that stands out the most?
I have to say homecoming 2022 versus Campbell.
Okay.
That was my first touchdown.
Yeah, I remember that one. Off to the left side. I remember that.
Yeah, it kind of was a trick play. Yeah, like you said, he had rolled out to the right, and I kind of ran a drag behind the D line, kind of making like I was blocking. And you know, once I got outside the defense, I turned it up and were wide open. But that definitely, I can't think, like, that's the first game that come to mind, especially the fact that was the first touchdown of the game. You know, it kind of was a close game, so that might be even more, you know, kind of special for me.
Yeah, man, that's I know you touched on it. We call it the tight end game of last season, man. That was the 4 tight end scored the 4 touchdowns scored by the tight ends versus Pine Bluff in the rain. I must say.
Pine Bluff, that Pine Bluff definitely close second for me. That 3 touchdowns, that was crazy. I didn't even do that in high school.
I'll give you one more and then we'll move on. First game of last season, South Carolina State. I love the fact that you and Jesse both got a touchdown, man. The dance in the end zone is that
game definitely was a big one for us because, you know, going into it, all we hearing is, you know, SWAC can't beat the MEAC, Jack State can't win in Atlanta. So, you know, we kind of had a lot of pressure on us, but we didn't really look at it as pressure. We just knew, you know, it's always a standard here at Jack State. So, you put in that work. We went real hard fall camp this year. So, we went into that game real confident. So, we was real happy to showcase that it wasn't going to be a fall off how everybody thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. I know just recently, man, you posted your photos, man, which you was clean as board of hell, man. Like, listen, you graduated and again, you know, congratulations on getting that degree, man. So off the field, give us your fondest moment, kind of that moment, your non-athletic student moment, you know, your most memorable moment as a student at Jackson State.
I don't know. That's a tough one. It's so many. I have been here for, you know, 5 years. So, like they say,
let me say it this way. Just talk about your Jackson State experience over the 5 years instead of just trying to one more.
That's one thing, you know, I kind of tell people, like recruits and stuff, like even outside of football, like if I was a regular student, I probably still would want to come to Jackson State. Like just the experiences I had, like off the field, just being a student, and I live on campus, so kind of was involved in a lot of, you know, campus activities and stuff. Just going to basketball games, going to the other sporting events.
Yeah,
just like you said, Jackson State just a big family. So, you know, everything we did here, we had fun. You know, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
So
and with that, I know a lot of those things that you did, whether it's going to a basketball game or whatnot. As a student, it was still with the football team. You were still, you know, tight with your guys. So, if you look back over your time, who are some of the teammates who you were closest to?
For sure, the first one, Colin Richie, like me and him since day one, and then especially the fact that we both played baseball, we both played tight end. So I'm really seeing him almost every day of the year for like 4 years straight. So me and him definitely that's like my big bro right there. And then, you know, everybody in the tight end group I already named, Hayden, Jency. Really, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Deontay Graham, that's my roommate.
Yeah.
I've been living with him for 2 years. KJ Arrington, lived with him for 2 years. Tim Stewart. Tim in here right now. So
What's up, Tim?
What up, Tim?
What's up, Tim? Say what's up. But yeah, I recruited Tim to come here. Me and him came in together freshman year. I was glad to get him back. I got Zai, me and him from high school.
Yeah.
It's really, like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot of people on the team that I'm really cool with. I try to be a good teammate. Even like it don't matter what type of role you got on the team. I'm gonna try to speak to you whenever I see you. All that. Just have a good relationship with my teammates.
Hey, let me ask you this, man. You rocking the JSU baseball hoodie, man. Real quick, I know everybody know, DJ Stevens, the football player, man. Right. Talk about Coach Omar real quick and what it's like. Talk about that, just a quick, synopsis of the JSU baseball program and your experience with that.
I really feel like the Jackson State baseball program really kind of slept on, because that's really a good program. Coach Omar, year in, year out, he gonna get them 30 wins. Gonna be top of the SWAC at the end of the year with an opportunity to win championship. But that definitely, I only got to play 2 seasons with him. Well, one my freshman year, then the second year got cut off because of COVID. But them definitely, like, them some good moments too. Like, that's why you still see me ripping the baseball, because that's a part of me too. I feel like I definitely had some good. I went out there with them long, like I said, 2 seasons, but them 2 seasons, it kind of like football. They like my brothers too. Some of them same players on the baseball team.
Nice.
I want to go back to something you said when you're talking about the guys you were close with. You mentioned Zai, of course. Y'all are both from Richland, played together. So I've noticed that recently Jackson State has really started to recruit Ridgeland High School, the land, a lot more. When you signed, it was kind of shocking, because that's just not a place that we had ever recruited. You probably were the first recruit there. I don't want to say ever, but again, I mean,
actually, it's one person from Ridgeland. He played fullback for Jackson State. I think his name was Kapler. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember.
That was a while ago. I think he played like Casey Terrio.
Yep. Stephen Kapler.
I can't remember his first name. I just know his last name, Cap. He was like a fullback though. Like, he was a true fullback. Yeah. But he went to Ridgeland, and I knew that because he had a younger sibling that was at Ridgeland while we was at Ridgeland. So that was the only person from Ridgeland that I had ever seen come to Jackson State and play football. So I'm glad that pipeline kind of creating right now.
And you know what?
Wow.
We've been recruiting Ridgeland pretty heavily out of there. You mentioned Zai McDonald. Now you get Richard Mays Jr. coming in.
I just talked to him this morning. He told me to give him a shout out on the show. So
what's up, Rich? Hey, I love to sit down with Richard when we sat down with him on this official visit interview. And just student of the game, and excited to get him in. But not just him, Syson Burke.
Oh yeah, the O lineman. Yeah. He kind of young. He a lot younger than me. I think he was in middle school when I was in high school. But I still go back and watch a lot of games, and I'm ready to see. I really think he can have an impact, get developed, come here and get developed, and I really think he's gonna be good for us too.
Yeah, and not just Ridgeland. I always tell everybody Ridgeland was birthed out of Madison Central. I'm a Madison Central Jaguar. I was actually in high school. Well, I just finished high school when they actually opened Ridgeland. And what's so cool about it, you look at our roster right now. We got some Germantown kids, or a Germantown kid with Dylan Watson. Now you got Ridgeland. Then you got Madison Central. Recruiting pretty heavily. And then now we delving over into Rankin County with some Brandon talent and hopefully Pearl. But and I know Tim in the room, but I'm loving that the coach
Hazelhurst, but we gotta talk about
Hazelhurst. I had to go and shout him out real quick. But I'm just loving the local recruitment, man. It's important that we get as much local top tier talent as possible, man. So we can go on and on about those that are playing pretty well in the state of Mississippi, but we'll get back over to some football stuff.
But well, not just football though. As far as recruiting region, also basketball. We have a redshirt freshman on the basketball team, Coach Shamika Reed, Caitlin Brinkley, highly regarded prospect who we were able to get. So I know you follow that as well.
Yeah, seeing her play in high school, she definitely a dog too. And we actually got Jelani Bell on the men's basketball team. He went to
so many, man. Absolutely great. Yeah, that's awesome. That's something that we always
man. Yeah, I love seeing, I love seeing my fellow Titans, especially when they come to Jack Stage, like,
No, all good, man. All good. So let's jump back into you. I did want to ask you this, DJ. Who would you say was your toughest opponent that you played in throughout your career? What's that game where you was like, man, that was tough? You know what I
mean? I'm trying to see.
I have an idea. Let me see if I'm right.
I'm trying to see.
You probably saying none of them were tough, man. If you're the man, it was hard. You probably said the Jackson State defense in 2022.
I ain't gonna lie. Going against Jackson State defense definitely was harder than any team on the schedule. They practice every day, but I say either Campbell. Me personally, because they had two NFL prospect defensive ends. Yeah. So, it was kind of like hyping them up. That was the big thing going to that week. Like, can we handle those ends, So probably Campbell for me. Campbell or I would say FAMU this year. They were pretty tough this year. I can't even lie. FAMU pretty good this year.
Gotta give it up.
They definitely had a good defense this year.
What was your favorite place to play outside the vet? Favorite away venue?
Southern.
Talk about
it. Great memories there.
Southern, but yeah, it's some more like Alabama State is always a good atmosphere there. Valley is always, it's gonna be a sellout whenever we go there.
People always say Valley. Players always say Valley when they come on the show.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we like playing that Valley outside of the field, the playing surface.
Mm-hmm. But if Valley ever can get just upgrade that field, man.
Right. All right.
When we go back, Corey, with that game this past year, we went to Valley. Man, we had, because they switched the sides.
Yeah.
It looked like a sellout. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it don't matter how big or small the venue. Right. If you got fans packed in that thing, it was a great atmosphere, man. Shout out to that.
That's all we can ask for as players. We just like seeing, fans. We just like a crunk atmosphere, a crunk environment. And that's what you're gonna get when you play at Valley.
Absolutely. So you talked about something when you first came on, just the tenure of your career. You went through the down times. You came in during the down times, and you were around during the peak of the recent peak, and even seeing you went through. I'm gonna count it. 4 head coaches. Tony Hughes, John Hendrick, Deion Sanders, TC Taylor. In this transfer portal era,
right,
where everybody seems to, when things don't go how they want them to go, right when they want them to go, how they want it to go, the portal seems to be the easy out. You seem to have been one of those kids that made, and it speaks to your family. Shout out to your pops and mom, who are just major supporters, and I've always enjoyed your dad and them, the way they support you and your sister and your family.
Oh yeah.
But talk about enduring the endurance of the tough times, because everybody can stick around when it's all flowers and candy and the celebratory graffiti and all that stuff. But you persevered through some adverse times, and I kind of want to get your perspective on when you came in, seeing that thing peak, and then watching the whole roster turn over. Right. And then you got a whole new set of teammates coming in.
Yeah.
And you finish the season out that you win. Just talk about endurance of adversity and kind of what it means to you and what that's all about, and why you chose to go the route you did with stand down and stand pat at Jackson State through all the adversity.
Well, kind of like what we spoke on earlier, like just the stuff even outside of football, that kind of was that kept me, I'd say, focused on just putting my all into Jackson State and helping it get turned around, instead of me thinking of it like, oh, I don't like anything here, like, let me go find a new school. Like, for me, it always was like, I love everything here. Now, what can I do to get the football team, what can I do to help get the football team back turned around? So that's kind of the mindset I've been had about it. I knew, of course, when you look back at it at the end of the season, the records, you know, they kind of show one thing, but as a player, we take it more week to week. So like that 2019 season, you know, we went 4-8. A lot of people, you know, that's bad. But if you really think back to it, I want to say we had won about 3 games in a row that year, and we actually had an opportunity to play. We actually had an opportunity to make it to the SWAC championship that year.
That's facts.
It came down to, I want to say,
last game.
Yeah, it came down to the last game.
Halftime, 3-3.
Yep.
Man,
I'll never forget it.
It's just things like that. Like as a player, like I just know I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it every day. I just know like we close, and then it's just I don't know, just something in my heart just telling me, you know, just stick it out, you know. And then COVID happened, and I got blessed with Coach Deion coming here and him bringing that. Not only him bringing the winning atmosphere, but you know, just him bringing like some good coaches. And him keeping Coach TC and Coach O, I feel like that made the transformation a lot easier with them 2 coaches being – I already had good relationships with them, and them being the only 2 coaches held over on his staff. It just kind of, you know, it just always for me was just do whatever I can to just improve myself personally, and then do what I can to help the team improve every year. So I never really just looked at it like I never really looked at like, you know, going somewhere else, because you're going to have problems wherever you go. So that's why I try to tell a lot of other teammates stuff. They sometimes, you know, they come ask for advice and stuff. Like at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you, but you can't run from competition. Going to be everywhere. It's going to be problems everywhere. So you really got to find a school that you really feel like is home. So I feel like Jackson State is home for me. So I didn't have a reason to look somewhere else for something else. Then I go to another school. Now I'm having different type of problems.
All the time.
Right. So I knew the problems I had here. So I'd rather, you know, that's why it just never came in my mind to transfer, really.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you stuck around through the tough times, man. Most people, like you said, you know, no point in running away from it. But a lot of people, that's what they do. But you were able to stick around through it. Like you said, you were blessed with Coach Deion Sanders and what he did with the program, and obviously your career, it just went in a positive direction. And then you were rewarded with multiple SWAC championships. So again, that was kind of the reward for sticking it out. But talk about those tough times. We talked about, you know, Valley's facilities and playing field, but talk about ours. I mean, talk about, I guess, the transformation that you saw of the football facilities during your time there.
Man, I ain't gonna. That's the biggest transformation I've seen. Like since day one, me and Tim, we still talk about it. When we came in freshman year, we used to work out in that grass field behind like the tennis courts. Like, you know where y'all know where the weight room is. And then it's the tennis courts to the side, and then it's kind of like grass fields out there. But that's where we were doing our summer workouts like every day, my true freshman year. So just going from that to now, we got turf practice field. We got a whole new weight room, the locker room. That's when I came in my true freshman, I never would have thought we'd have like the type of locker room and facility we have now. So, you know, for me, it really, when I walk in every day, like it really hit home for me. You know, a lot of players on the team now, like when they came, there was already, you know, the new locker room was already here. So just for me, and I want to say, I really think me and KJ, I think we was the last 2 on the team that was on this team this year that was here before me, KJ, and Devontae Davis. We was like the 3 that was on the team before Coach Prime. So I think, you know, we kind of, I just say, I don't want to say we more appreciative, but, you know, we just kind of take it in more because we really know, like, how much progress we have made as far as facility-wise.
Yeah, the facilities are definitely top tier. That's actually a huge recruiting tool for the staff, and we're proud of it, man. We, you know, and then even it's even cool when you see the kids come in that didn't know it the way you saw it, and it also you're able to provide perspective because they saw it. You guys saw it when you came in, the way it kind of came from. We don't even want to remember it no more. Hey, Corey, I had a photo. True story.
I don't need to see.
Dude, I had a photo saved of the practice field, how it used to look before we got the turf field. And I kept that photo for quite some time. Then just recently, I was like, yeah, I'm going to let this go. I don't even want to, I don't want to traumatize nobody.
I ain't going to lie, the practice field, I think that's really why I got hurt my true freshman year. I kind of stepped in
you probably ain't by yourself either. So
I stepped in a bad spot and had a high ankle sprain. I was out for about 8 weeks. So yeah,
it's alive.
That turf, it mean a lot. It eliminate a lot of injuries.
Real quick. I know that we talk about the turf and the locker room. What's your thoughts about the weight room, man? The renovation this season. What's your thoughts on that?
That definitely, that was an upgrade I feel like we needed. I'm glad we got that. I like the way Coach Beef got it, set up and stuff. Like it give it a big school feel, like, kind of just make it feel like if you're a recruit, you might not have to go to a Power 5, you can still come here because it's not far off. Like when you make those type of upgrades like that. We got the iPads now. We type in our name and the workout will come up. Everything that we got to do, it'll be right there in front of us. So, just little stuff like that just mean a lot to a player.
Yeah. So talk about those 2 SWAC championships. We talked about how you've gone through the ups and the downs, but like I said, to finally be rewarded towards the end of your career at least, with those 2 SWAC championships. Talk about that and what that meant.
That first one, that was like a dream come true. I couldn't even sleep the night before we played PV. I'm like, tomorrow, when I did my last night going to sleep, when I go to sleep tomorrow, I'm gonna be a SWAC champion. Like, that was the mindset I had. So that first one, like I said, that one meant a lot because I'm a lifelong Jackson State fan. So I went to a SWAC championship game in 2007.
Okay.
In Birmingham, we played Grambling. I went again in 2008 when we played Grambling again. I went to 2012.
Oh, heartbreaker.
Versus Pine Bluff. That was a heartbreaker. And then 2013 in Houston versus Southern. That was a heartbreaker. So just growing up and watching those SWAC championships and knowing that I'm going to have an opportunity to win my first one, that just meant a lot. And then that second one, it was a lot of distractions and stuff going on. I feel like that one kind of wasn't as special as it should have been, especially with us beating Southern. But that one meant a lot for me personally just because my role on the team at that point, just really contributing and being a starter that year. So that one did mean a lot. But that first one, I'll never forget. From the moment I woke up to that night, the celebration, I'll never forget that whole first one. But both of them meant a lot to my career, though.
I'm so glad you said what you said because I always had a question mark, Corey, as to wondering like how did the players perceive those 2 championships? Because I got to be honest with you, DJ. That 2021, I ain't gonna mention no names, and all of us, we were in the stands and we popped bottles, man. We had flags, Corey. We would celebrate like it was champagne in the stands, bro, and it was just. Because of what you spoke of, because of the 2007, we lost to Grambling, 2012, heartbreaker to Pine Bluff, and of course 2013, heartbreaker to Southern. Now we're back, and we have this surreal moment, and it was special. It was special. 2022, it felt different because of the obvious. We won't go down that road, but I'm just glad you added some context and some perspective to it. That was actually pretty good. But moving on from that, something I'm looking forward to, something I got a chance to participate in last year and be a part of in a small way. You're headed down to New Orleans, man, for the All-State HBCU Legacy Bowl, man. Congratulations on that.
Good, thank you.
Getting selected. What's your thoughts on being able to play in that game and just kind of, how you feel about being recognized amongst other peers in the HBCU space?
That was big in that invite to that bowl game right there. Just another opportunity for me to showcase my talent, go and represent Jackson State. That's how I look at it. And, like you said, I'm just blessed, Just glad I got another opportunity to play a bowl game in front of, NFL scouts. And I'm training right now. We still training daily. I'm getting prepared for that. So Yeah, I'm glad that my roommate, Deontay, he not here right now. He at home training, but he'll be there with me too. So, you know, that was big.
Hey, tell him, Corey, we had Deontay on yesterday, man. So his interview probably going to come out before yours, and we kind of touched on the same thing. I'm excited because we will be there, and we definitely want to sit down with both of you guys then and just kind of capture your week experience, because I think y'all be there a whole week, man.
Yeah.
Soak it up. I celebrate, you know, just all state and the HBCU Legacy Bowl for going all out. And this is my challenge. I know we're on Tiger Talk, and for everybody that watch, my challenge is to the HBCU community, especially Tiger Nation. I know we talk about the Pro Bowl, what is it, the Senior Bowl. We talk about all these other bowls, East-West Shrine Bowl, that's in Frisco. This particular bowl game, it's what we put into it. It has the makings to be just as special as any of these other bowls.
Right.
I'm telling you, they're going to lay it out for you guys, man. And I think the winner get a ring, Corey. It's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just challenge HBCU supporters, fans, make it your business to get down to New Orleans in February for this HBCU Legacy Bowl. Let's make a big deal out of it. It should be just as big as the Celebration Bowl. Let's go celebrate our student athletes that dominated within the space, and now they have a potential to go pro. So they're going to be some pro scouts there. Going to be some professionals there. We saw Jameis Winston, Patrick Mahomes. We saw a lot of different personalities from the NFL space in that game, man. So it's pretty cool. Congratulations to you. And I think there should be more of your teammates in there, but we're not going to waste too much time on that. We'll see what the selection committee say. Peppers, but anyway.
For real. There's definitely a couple more.
A couple more for sure. Huggins. Oh, my bad.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But I think the fans will take on that challenge of attending. Our fans. It's right down there in New Orleans.
My bad. They just oozing out.
Definitely somebody from the secondary, all those interceptions.
Jaheim Hazel. Come on. What else we need to say?
When you really close your eyes and just pick them.
Come on now. What y'all doing over there in New Orleans? But anyway.
You know they be hating on Jackson.
Right. But I was just saying, I think our fans will take on that challenge, Ken, especially with it being right down the road in New Orleans. With us having players there, because, you know, DJ, you know, we support. We get on the road. You know what time it is for a home game, but we get out on the road and we show support. And, you know, like I said, you're one of our most beloved. That's a huge statement, because if you look at the lineage of players that have come through Jackson State and the history, you know, for you to fall in that category as one of our most beloved, that says a lot about you. So, we appreciate everything you've done. We want to congratulate you, celebrate you, give you your flowers. And this is your opportunity now for some parting words to Tiger Nation. What do you want to say to the fans?
Tiger Nation, you know, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. My 4 years, even that year, them years, you know, we won winning, still leading the FCS in attendance. So, you know, I just want to say I appreciate y'all, especially me being from Ridgeland, 20 minutes north of Jackson. I'm at home. So a lot of the fan base, that's just like my family. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Y'all came week in, week out. That's one thing that us players, we like to talk about. Like, it really ain't no away games for us. Like,
that's a fact, bro.
Man, every game is just like just knowing that we can go on the road and run out the tunnel and see more fans on our side than the home team side. Like, that's crazy. Just I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everything y'all do for us.
Hey, man, listen, you know I'm proud of you, bro. I just, you know, friend of the family, man. I know your dad's proud. I know your mom's proud. And you make us proud, bro. You what this is all about. I think you're the epitome of that. And it's easier for us to say it because we like to champion those that you know, that come in and really not just on the field, man, but you really represented yourself and your character speaks. It shines through. And it was a pleasure sitting down with you. Appreciate you for coming on Tiger Talk. And man, all the best to you. You know, somebody need to give you an opportunity, man, to get on one of them rosters, man, and go run up and down the field on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what we hope. That's what we're working for, most definitely.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best, man. We'll be following you throughout the Legacy Bowl and beyond. So, man, again, congratulations and all the best, brother. D.I. love.
Yes, sir. D.I. love. Appreciate y'all.
Go Tigers.
No
Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by Bet Online.